All right, guys, let's play some DCS. I'm going to be showing you my morning workout routine for the Hornet. Not necessarily the morning. I do it anytime. I do it a lot in the mornings, but you can do this anytime. This is basically just a training mission on the Hornet server to get better at the Hornet. And the main focus is the air-to-air refueling, but there's a lot of things that I incorporate into this. It just helps you get familiar with the aircraft, helps you get familiar with the systems, you know, all the different things that you have to deal with. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this bad boy up and running. Let's go ahead and get the battery on, and we'll get the APU going. We're not going to do like the full checklist. We're not going to go through all the things, but we will pull it up. Pull it up with Shift K and then tab over to it here. There we go, battery switch. We're not going to do the fire warnings. You would do that, yeah, you would do that over here on this side. Takes a few minutes, maybe some other time we'll do that. APU switch is on, engine crank switch. Let's make sure the APU is up and running. Yes, it is. All right, engine crank right. There you go, we'll let her fire up. She's going to get up to 15%. There we go, shift home to add some fuel in with the throttle. Let's see, right throttle, idle 15%. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you wait till 15% and then you add the fuel. You'll let the engine spool up and the GPWS is going to trigger. So for today, we're taking some CBUs. We're taking some rock eyes. Usually, here lately, I've been taking dumb bombs, iron bombs. Usually 1,000 pounds, honestly, is what I like. But we'll do rock eyes today. There we go. There's GPWS. Let's go ahead and get all these on. You're right. Left and right. DDI. There we go. All right. Let's see. GPWS voice alerts check. Yes, we did have those. DDI, MPCD, HUD, UFC, avionics, and radar altimeter. All right. Let's go ahead and get all that going. Let's stop the bit test and let's go to FCS on this side. We'll go with IFF. Let's get you on. Let's get data link on. Let's get the other one. There we go. Nice. That's good enough for now. We're not going to worry about radar altimeter. We'll get that in a minute. HMD. Let's get him going. And you know what? Let's go ahead. And actually, yeah, we don't. Yeah, I'll align it. I'll go ahead. I was going to say we're not taking a targeting pod, so we really we don't need it, but we'll go ahead and line it really fast. There it is, HMD line. All right, let's try to line you up as best we can. Right about there. Let's hold down C. My keybinds could very well be different from yours. You know, this is just what I've got set up. All right, so line these. That looks good. Let's hit C again and go to roll. We'll roll this bad boy over a little bit. Beautiful. That's perfect. Yeah, I couldn't get any better than that. All right, let's go ahead and take you off and we'll go back to the bit test. There you go, bit. Yeah, it takes a minute, right? It's a little bit of a process, and we're not even going through the full checklist. Like, we're kind of abbreviating this a little bit. Now, let's see. We've got HMD switch on. We went ahead and aligned it. Our engine is fine. I've never had it not be fine, right? So I don't even know if that's a thing in game. If you can just have like a random engine failure. Let's do our bleed air knob all the way around 360. There we go. That's good. Warning and caution lights. Yeah, well, there's really no reason to do this other than just going through the motions. But there you go. There's all the warning lights. Those are good. Engine crank left. Let them spool up to 15%. And then we'll do right alt and home. Give it some fuel. There we go. Nice. All right. Yeah, F-18. This is my go-to plane in DCS. I have a lot of planes. I have the F-16. I have all the the Flaming Cliffs aircraft. I have the F-14. All right, sweet. She's good to go. Yeah, F-18 is my go-to airplane. It's my go-to airplane when I haven't played DCS in a while. When I haven't been to DCS in a while, the F-18 is what I like to go to like refamiliarize myself with the game. It's just an easy plane to fly, right? It really is. It's very forgiving. It's a fun plane to fly. It's not too terribly complex. It's not like some parts of it isn't the most intuitive as far as like dealing with the weapons and stuff, but mainly like the seed stuff, right? The harm, like that can be a little bit confusing, but especially TOO mode. But all right, engine crank, left throttle, that's all good. Left DDI is going to be FCS, right is going to be bit. HMBCD is good. Next page, INS. Let's go INS to ground. Go to ground. Let's go radar to operational. Let's turn up the console lights just so they'll kind of light up in the shadow a little bit. Radar knob's good. Wing fold, don't have to worry about. FCS reset. Let's do that real fast. Nice. Flaps. Auto. We will do the exerciser. I've seen some people ask about it. If you hit Y, if you hold down Y, the Y key, and hit reset, hold it down for a second, and start going through the exerciser. Now the exerciser is something that, as far as I understand, they don't do it like every time. It's basically, like, for lack of better terms, at least the way I understand it, is pumping the hydraulic system, right? Like, it's just kind of working through it a little bit and warming up the fluid. This is something that you would do for a plane that's been sitting for a while or in a cold weather, you know, conditions, that sort of thing. But it's not something they would do every time. All right, flaps back to half. FCS bit test. So same thing with this. Now this is something that they do every time. Go over here to FCS, click that, and then hold Y and click FCS, and it's going to start running through the controls, right, the surfaces, and it's going to start deflecting them. Max deflection, just making sure that everything is free and functioning. You see them back there moving. The plane will go through the whole thing. We'll go through all the control surfaces. All right, that's good. FCS bit trim. Yeah, we're not going to go through the trim thing. Take off trim, we will do. That's muy importante. You want to do that right now. It's showing 0 on the stab. Hit that and hold it. Now you got 12. That's what we need for field. As far as takeoff, I've said this before a long time ago. Sometimes with this this joystick, I used to give it a couple extra units of stab for takeoff on field operations, right? Land-based stuff. I do like 14 or something like that, just because like this is an old joystick. You're talking like this is a 22-year-old joystick that I use, so it's not the greatest in the world. So it just gave me a little bit more control over the airplane. Since then, I've adjusted the curves, so I can get away with 12 now. I've tweaked the curves, and then they had the flight dynamics were updated on the airplane too, so I can get away with 12 now. Controls, yeah, we're not going to check controls. We're all good. Trim, we don't need to worry about. Shore base, 12% or 12 degrees, I mean. Refueling probe, yeah, we're not going to do all that, but you would just cycle them on and off. OBOGs, let's get OBOGs. There you go, OBOGs is good. APU is off. Fuel set bingo. We're going to do 3,000. We're not taking any kind of drop tanks or anything like that. We don't need them. We don't need drop tanks. Fuel altimeter is set. That's good to go. It's going to be 2992 on this server. It's always that. Radar altimeter. We'll set him for 100 feet. There we go. Bit, yeah, we're not worried about that. Sensors, IFF, TACAN, ILS, data link. Let's go ahead and set the TACAN. The tanker. Now, the big part of my workout routine is tanking. Like, that's one of the main reasons why I do this. I quickly came to the realization one day that you can't casually learn how to air-to-air refuel in DCS. It's just it's impossible. Like, you have to like purposefully train and work on it to make this happen. Anyway, our tanker is going to be I think it's Shell 8-1. It's something 8-1, and its TACAN is going to be 24. It's actually 24 Yankee, but it doesn't work. If you leave it on 24 X-ray, it works perfect. Go ahead and box TACAN. There we go. He's going to be 42 miles away. We're not taking a drop tank, and we're probably going to offload some of this fuel before we go. Stores profile, let's get that really fast. Let's go to stores, Rockeye, mechanical fuse, VT, and zoom in a little bit here. Go ahead and get our canopy down. Like someone's landing. There we go. Yeah, it's a Harrier. Man, I see a lot of Harriers flying around. All right, so we got it set on VT. Ah, you can't really see it because it's got the INS degradation, so we won't worry about setting that just yet. Let's go ahead and go back to FCS. That's good. Countermeasures, let's get that. We don't really need countermeasures. We'll go ahead and put them on, just put you on standby. Put you on do offsets. Let's see, what else? Countermeasures, comms, we need 132.0. That's going to be our tanker frequency. We've got that set. One is going to be 2495. Canopy INS law and nav to INS knob to nav. Let's see, is it done? It's not quite done yet. Oh, we didn't do the stored heading. We should have. We totally should have done that. We may have messed up by doing that. It may have started over. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's talk to the ground crew. Let's dump some of this fuel off. We don't need all this fuel. Let's take it down to about 60%. So first thing we do, first thing I like to do on my morning workout routine is to go hit the tanker. I like to hit the tanker loaded. I like going and hitting the tanker in different configurations because, you know, the plane's going to fly differently with different configurations. So some configurations it's going to be really slick and fast and you're going to fly up on the tanker really quick with certain power settings. If it's heavy and draggy, then you're going to need more power. So it gives you a wide range of things to react to as far as like how the airplane flies when you're tanking. So I always go with the airplane loaded, different configurations, and then sometimes I'll go afterwards too. So I don't know if we'll do that today, but we'll go up, we'll hit the tanker, then we'll go to one of the little practice ranges. We'll drop these Rockeyes, and then sometimes like I'll burn the fuel off and I'll go back out to the tanker and tank up empty and then go back to the field. I might grab 1,000 pounds or something like that, not a lot. And then other times I may not do that. I may just get one tank, but either way, it definitely helps a lot. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and go to IFA. INS knob to, we're not doing that, we're doing IFA, left DDI. Actually, now we can go back to stores and get that set really fast. Let's go back to Rockeye. BT. Or HT there. All right, let's set this 500 feet. Let's set it at 1,500. It bugs me. I'm so anal, it bugs me that you can't set it out at that like an even 1,000, right? It's like 1,200. You can't do an even 1,000. It just really bugs me. I think we're set, guys. I think we're good enough for now. Let's pull you down. Let's see, we don't have a FLIR. We don't need to worry about that. Everything else looks good. Let's go ahead and hit L. We'll get our lights going. We got OBOG zone. That's definitely an important one. Let's go back to HUD. And in the checklist, it says pull up your checklist. Yeah, I've watched, who is it, Growler Jam or whoever it is. He always has the FCS up. I've noticed that definitely on takeoff, carrier shots, that sort of thing. I've seen he has FCS up. All right, I think we're set, guys. Knock that off, go field bypass, landing lights on, everything else is good. Anti-skid is on now. Flaps half. Launch bar is up. Yeah. All right, let's crack the throttle. Let's go. Once again, Hogget training. You don't have to do this on Hogget training. I like it because like everything is there. And another form of practice that I like that I get on doing this on a Hogget training server is that our brakes were stuck there for a second. is being able to spot other aircraft. Like, we're not bothering each other, like they're not affecting me, but you know, you may be flying along and you know that there's another airplane. Either you see him on your SA page or your radar or the F10 map or whatever, and you're like, hey, there's an airplane out there, and you start looking out for him, and then you spot him, the little tiny dot like way down below you or wherever. You know, it helps train your eyes to spot these airplanes. That way, when you are flying in combat, you can spot them. You'll be able to see them. So like I said, you're getting practice spotting. You're getting practice taking off and flying the airplane. You're getting practice landing. You're getting practice refueling. You're getting practice employing the weapons. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead and turn here. I want to go to F10, but I want to... we'll get up here and hold short for a second. Just make sure that there's no one else around or doing anything. I always feel like aircraft taking off should always yield for inbound aircraft, right? It's a lot easier for me to check F10 and do this stuff sitting on the ground than it is someone that's in the air, right? All right, we're good. Either way, there's not hardly anyone on. It's another kind of nice part about it. It's not like crazy busy. Sometimes it is. If you do it in the evening, there's a lot. Get our ejection seat armed. Okay, spin this guy around. It's not crazy heavy, but we'll do a burner takeoff. Sometimes land-based, if the airplane's pretty light, I'll just do mill power. Go up to about 7 degrees. We went to 10 on that. See, that's one of the things I run into with this joystick. It's so loose, right? Like it's not a very firm joystick at all. So center you up a little better. It's not a very firm joystick at all, right? I mean, I don't want to say slop per se, but it is real loosey-goosey. Like it's not very tight, so it's easy to overcorrect. You got to have a really light touch with this thing. Like I said, this Cyborg Graphite, I've had this thing literally since 2002. We bought 2 of them. We bought both of them specifically for Jump to Light Speed as an expansion. It came out for Star Wars Galaxies where you get to fly in space, and we got these joysticks and I've had them ever since. They've been great. Like you couldn't ask for a better joystick, but they're showing their age. Keep climbing up. We'll go to about 16,000 feet. Let's go in this heading for now. Climb up like that. All right, there we go. We're good. Let's come out of this page. Let's go attack radar. Let's do not 20. Let's do 40 degrees. Let's do SA page on this one. There we go. I need to get in some night tanking. That's the only thing that I haven't done yet, and of course it's always daylight on Hoggett, so it's never a thing. But all right, let's turn on course. I think this guy is going to be heading towards us. That should be him right there, actually. Yeah, he's on the looks like the northbound leg, or he's still maybe in his turn. Let's go ahead and pull the power back. We'll come at him about 390 knots since he's fixing to be coming straight at us. That distance, yeah, that distance is going to go by really fast. All right, let's talk to him. Texaco 81. Texaco 81, that's right.
Texaco 81. Springfield 1-1. Request rejoin.
Let's do track while scan.
Springfield 1-1. Texaco 8-1. Proceed to pre-contact at 17,000 at 280.
All right, he's going to be right over here. See if I can spot him. I lost him now. That's him right here. Yeah, that's him right here. So let's see if we can kind of roll in behind him. That's why I didn't want to close on him crazy fast. If we were chasing him down, it's different. We'd going in there like 490 knots, but All right, let's get some speed in. We got really slow doing that. Not the best joint up, but it'll be all right. So what I like to do is about half mile out, close in at like 50 knots. Coming up on half mile now. Let's pull the power back. See, this is a different configuration. I haven't flown with the Rock Eyes. I don't even know if I've ever tanked with them, so it definitely flies a little different than having a centerline tank and some 1,000-pound dumb bombs. She feels a lot more slick. Go ahead and close up on her. Go nose cold. Here we go, and let's get probe out. Get our probe out. It's very important. If you want to take fuel, you gotta have your probe out. All right, so she's doing 288, and she's like 17.3 or something like that, somewhere in there. So we just want to kind of hang out behind her for a minute and get settled. Try to relax, wiggle your fingers and toes. If you listen to growler jams, wiggle your fingers and toes. Have that light touch. All right, let's start easing up there to her. We'll get in pre-contact. It's definitely, doing this regular routine has helped me out a ton. I feel like anytime I go to the tanker, I'm at least able to hit the basket, whereas before I'd get frustrated and just leave and be like, screw it. But yeah, I can tell she accelerates a lot different than the last time I flew it. Creep up there a little more. Nice and easy. A little more. We want to make sure we get up there good. Nothing aggravates me more than the ready for pre-contact. They're like, return to pre-contact. There you go. That should be good. It better be good. I'm going to be mad.
Cleared contact.
Clear contact. There we go. Sweet. All right, let's let the drogue come out. Let's kind of doing 289. So we're just we're closing on it just a little bit. Nice and steady. It's really slow. I love closing in on the basket slow. As slow as possible. I think Growler Jam said 2 or 3 knots, maybe. Don't chase the basket. Just watch the probe. I mean, watch the pod, the mippers. There you go. We got a little bit out. Alright, come on. Whoa, there we go. It's chasing the basket a little bit. Yep. Alright, let's slow off. Let's back off a little bit. It's so weird. I have days where like I can just slide right in there and hit the basket no problem, and then other days it's still a struggle, right? I feel like if this joystick was a lot more firm and not so loose, you can make like finer adjustments and not be all over the place. But like I'm having to like barely tap this thing to get these little small corrections, and sometimes it's still too much. Alright, let's start heading back in. Really, it seems like if the plane, when he starts that left-hand turn, it's easier for me to plug the basket in the left-hand turn than it is to just hit it like this. Come on.
Contact.
Sweet. Alright, we got it. Nice. Now we just gotta hang out here with the tanker just for a little while. Keep bumping the throttle forward and back. Forward and back. Let's hang out with them here. To me, this is probably one of the harder parts, is just hanging on. Alright, well, throttle up more. It seems like he's starting to pull away from us. Get a little movement here. Let's try to calm it down a little bit. Watch the plane. Sometimes if you focus on the mippers too much, If you can focus on airplane, it'll help settle you down some. Fly with the plane. Okay, we're starting to get...
Return free contact.
Yeah, we kind of lost it a little bit there. Yeah, we did. Well, a little fuel. We got a few thousand pounds. Let's see if we can hit it again. I'm kind of surprised it let go. Like, we must have been just a little bit on the edge of being too far away. That's all right. A disconnect's just another reconnect. It's just more practice. But you don't want to mess around with this too much. At least for me. Like, if you're struggling with it, you're having a hard time, it's not working out for you, sometimes it's best just to try it for a few minutes and then go do something else and try it again. Like, it's like if you're getting frustrated and you're struggling with it, it tends to like compound itself, right? It tends to compound itself, so... I see we're starting to get a little bit wild with it here. Oof. Oh, he's in the turn. Okay, I saw that move. It kind of freaked me out for a second. All right, well, we get to hit it in the turn here. Let's get stabilized behind him. See if we can get it. Just kind of try to match him up a little bit. I can tell this morning I'm focusing on the basket a little too much. I need to focus more on the pod. What I like to do is watch the pod and then kind of like 1,000-yard stare the basket. I don't know if that makes sense, but like you see it, but you're not really focusing on it, right? Like you're not focusing on the basket, you're focusing on the pod.
Return free contact.
Oh, come on. Really? He gave me a return pre-contact? Are you serious? That's weird. Like, we were right there at it. I don't know why he,
Ready for contact.
Return free contact.
Dude, really? I'm like right here at you. What do you need exactly? What do you want from me? Here we're a little bit low. All right, power back, power back, power back.
Ready for contact.
Dude, you better give me that basket.
Cleared contact.
I was fixing to say. All right, coming in a little bit fast. Lower up a lot. She's pulling away. All right, let's keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. I like that picture. I like that picture. There we go. Nice. All right, sweet. We're in it. We're in. Oh, we ran up on it really fast. So here we go. Let's just stay right here. We're just going to get a little bit more fuel. Bounce around a little bit here. Out of the power. Back in. There we go. Trying to get settled a little bit. Yeah, I just barely bumped it. Watch the plane, see if I'll settle us down a little bit. Yeah, I really think if I was able to make finer adjustments. Pull away from us. Let's hang on. Go. Otherwise, we're coming up on what we need. Should have pulled our fuel page up. I wasn't even thinking about that. See, I'm still trying to go through the routine too. Pull your fuel page up on left DDI. Swinging too far over. Getting a little bit wild on it here. Come on, Spur, settle down. You know what? Good enough. We're good. We're almost topped off for not having any bags, so go to the other side here. Right observation. Sometimes I've done also, if you're struggling with it, sometimes you can go over to left observation and just kind of hang out and fly with them a little bit and just, you know, fly formation, just kind of relax and watch him and match his speed and everything, and you're good to go. All right, let's do refuel probe back in. Do a little altitude here. There we go. Right about here. Let's hit that. Abort refuel. Abort rejoin. Hang out with them a little bit here. Nice. Okay, we're on the northbound leg. We got a little bit of a cruise to go to our bomb range. All right, let's drop behind them. We'll give them a little show. These tanker guys like that, right? They like those shows. Give them a little, pop them a few flares. Sweet. All right, let's get up. Either way, the workout, the Hornet workout has definitely helped. Taking every day, sometimes multiple times a day, has definitely helped me a ton. There was a long time where I was, oh, what is that, dude? You know what? Okay, we're gonna break off. Give him some flares there. Yeah, there was a long time where I was never able to plug a tanker. Like, it was so damn frustrating. Spur would just about lose his stuff trying to hit the tanker. And definitely doing it every day, multiple times a day, has helped immensely. Like, it's crazy how much it's helped me. All right, let's keep power back a little bit. Let's just kind of cruise over there easy. Let's go ahead and set Cabaletti. Let's go tack in 67. It's gonna be 67 X-ray, transmit, receive. That's all good. Let's hit enter. And we're going to do course. Pull that down. All right, C-cell, so we can do 070. That's the runway heading. Cabaletti. Nice, good with that. All right, everything looks good. Let's pull up F10. Let's see if there's anyone over there. No, this is the range we're going to. This is the one I've been hitting here lately. And I don't even necessarily, like, sometimes I don't even go for any particular vehicle. Sometimes I just go for the X, to be honest, especially with the dumb bombs and stuff. I really wish they had a circular bomb range on here, a circular target. I think that would be really cool. One that you could practice. Someone's in Mirage 2000 there. Some, you know, a range that you could just practice on. Sometimes I do the other ranges too. It just depends. But here lately, I've been dropping non-guided munitions on the easy range. What do we got? 121. All right, let's cruise over there about 350. Since we don't have a bag, we're going to kind of sip the gas a little bit here. 121 should be about right for us. Ease on over there. Drop us a few rock eyes. All right, we're good. Another thing, another type of practice that I got when we just did that air-to-air refuel. I don't know, I didn't say anything about it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but just manipulating the radar and locking him up, like getting a fix on the tanker so we could join up on him. That's another thing, you know. So there's like so many aspects to this workout routine that you can get some practice on. So yeah, that's usually what I like to do when I start heading out to the tanker. I'll start looking for him on radar and I'll grab him. In TWS, he shouldn't get an RWR notification on that. So it's not like you'd be annoying them or anything, but All right, let's go ahead and go air to ground. Nice. Got air to ground up. Let's go to the right. DDI, make him soy. Let's see if we can grab that airfield. Every once in a while I use the air to ground radar. It's not the greatest, right? Like, it's not the mud hen. The mud hen is amazing. Man, that thing is so detailed. I don't even have the mud hen, but I've known enough about it to know that it has amazing radar on it. But sometimes you can find things on here. A lot of times not, though. For moving targets, for convoys and stuff, it's amazing. It's great to have. Otherwise, it really just kind of sucks. Every once in a while, I remember I found an oil refinery one time. I had to bomb in Syria. I found it on the ground radar. It worked out pretty good. Like, I tracked it on the radar, and then I looked at it with the FLIR, and it was like right on top of it. But I can't find the airfield. Let's select that. Let's go back. Is it over here? Maybe. I would think that the airfield would pop up on here, but it doesn't look like it's wanting to. I don't think that's it. See how we are in relation to it here. So if we were to continue straight, so yeah, it should be in our radar field of view. It should be right over here. Look at it again. I would think it's in that general area there. Yeah, because there's a little lake going off the approach to the runway at Caballetti, off the approach to 07. So yeah, it should be like, should be right in here, I would think. I should have it like right on top of it. Go back and look. That might be it. That might be one of the runways showing up. It's just not showing the other one. It's kind of hard to say, right? Like I said, the ground radar on this thing sucks. I want to say that I read somewhere that like naval aviators, like Navy Hornet pilots don't. Yeah, there it is. Sweet. So we did grab it. Nice. There it is. There's the other runway. So it worked out. I want to say they don't even do a whole lot of training with it either, right? I could be wrong on that. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt, but sweet, we got it on there. Like that was, that was luck. That was pure luck. But there it is. You can see it pretty good now. It's showing up real good. All right, so we're going to go in, we're going to roll in on this target and just drop these rock eyes. What we're basically, go ahead and deselect that point. What we're basically doing is, oh wow, yeah, you can, is that the vehicles that you can see? Is that the individual vehicles, or is that craters showing up? It's hard, I want to say that it's probably craters. Either way, we're training to look for a sight picture to dive bomb. So we're going to do east to west. And we're just going through the motions, looking for that picture that we want to see, the ideal picture for dropping these, right dive angle. We'll offset a little bit here on our downwind. We'll fly this like a regular pattern, like bomb ranges. They have patterns to them. You know, they'll have a downwind, a base. Getting a little out to, what's our speed? 349. That's good. Sure, there's no one else around here messing around. No, it's just us. Kama Sutra's up at Caballetti. Alright, let's goes about 0904 bit here. There we go, 090. So I haven't dropped rock eyes in forever. We're not going to do as steep of a dive angle. We're going to kind of keep it kind of chill. A little bit chill here. All right, back to triple naught. There we go, right there. Get them off our canopy rail. Master arm, oh, master arm on. Don't forget that. Man, I couldn't tell you how many times I rolled in on a target and I'll pickle and it's like, why aren't you working? It's because the master arm isn't on. Nothing worse than doing that with something that's shooting at you. Man, if you want to have a bad day, roll in on a target that's shooting back at you and then try to figure out why the hell you're not dropping your bombs. Man, it sucks.
Altitude.
All right, pickle.
Altitude.
All right, we're going to offset to the right just a little bit and then back to the left. A little bit of a climb here. Boom, nice, good job. That was a good one. Yeah, nice, we got him. We nailed him on that one. All right, back to 180. 180 for a bit. Nice, we nailed that bad boy. Sure did. He's having a bad day. All right, let's trim her out. She's asymmetrical now. Only thing about dropping one at a time. All right, 090. Let's put speed back in. What's our fuel? 8.5. Yeah, she's going through the fuel pretty fast, so we're going to be pretty low by the time we get done with this. But luckily, the airfield's like right here at us. I don't think we're going to hit the tanker again. We could. It'd just be a long video. Probably just go home. There's Cobbletti right there. Yeah, it was a good drop. I was pleased with that. I was real pleased with that. I wish I'd brought a targeting pod. We could have done some work with that too. I've brought it with me a lot though. I hardly ever not take it, so. Plane flies differently without it. Like the less draggy stuff you have on the airplane definitely makes a difference. It made a difference on that air-to-air refuel. I could tell she felt real slick, like coming up on the airplane. Like I was having to pull out a lot more power to slow up our closure. All right, let's roll in here. Nice and easy. Don't yank on it too much, right? You don't want to exceed your G limit. Let's go for this guy. Right. There, bombs away.
Altitude.
Nice. It's off.
Altitude.
Nice, easy climb out. Boom, got him too. Nice. Nice, good job. All right, Spur. If it's busy, if there's a lot of airplanes flying around the Hogget server, then sometimes when I come off the target, I'll drop a few flares just so people will be like, hey, yeah, there's another plane down there climbing out, right? There's another plane down. Plus, it's good practice too. It's a good habit to get into, like if you're in a combat situation, drop flares and chaff, but definitely flares. Those little man pads will mess you up. Nothing will ruin your day quicker than to be flying along and your RWR is like perfectly silent. There's nothing going on. It's in combat, right? And everything's quiet and going your way, and then the next thing you're like blown out of the sky because they launched a man pad at you. Those man pads will ruin your day. Back to SA on that. Let's see if there's anyone around us. Yeah, we're good. So just nice, easy routine. We got a little fast on that. Yeah, we need to pull speed back. What's our fuel? 7.9. full speed back some so we can stay tighter, right? Like the faster you go, the bigger radius turns, the further out you go. Like if you want to stay kind of tied up on the target, do 350. A lot of times, like if I'm working with a T-pod, targeting things on the ground, I'll go as slow as 270. Like you want to go pretty slow. You don't want to be crazy fast, because you'll get so far away from the target so fast. All right, let's roll out here. All right, I think there's one right in here. So yeah, I think he's right in there. Right.
Altitude.
All right, Pickle, I think I dropped that one just a tad short. It's a cluster bomb, so it should make up the difference, right? But boom, got him. Nice. Drop some flares. Just for the heck of it. All right, uno mas. Uno mas. We got one more rock eye. Honestly, rock eyes I kind of struggled with a little bit. I tried dropping them on one of the Syria PvE servers, and man, I was having a hard time landing them on target for some reason, and that's why I decided to do some training with them. It's been a while back, but I need to trim her out a little bit to the left. There we go. A little too much. Our fuel look like 7.6. Back on the speed. 090. Oh, it's such a fun plane to fly. Man, if you get the Hornet, you're not going to regret it. I'll tell you that for certain. It's like, it is such a good strike aircraft. You know, the thing about the Hornet is like, it's a jack of all trades, but it's a master of nothing. That's the way I look at it, right? Like, I mean, it may be, you know, a master of like, definitely like low speed, high AOA turning fights. Like, there's no doubt, but you know, it's not the greatest bomb platform. It's definitely not the greatest seed platform. It's definitely not the greatest BBR. Like, you know, it does a lot of things good enough, but it's not like amazing at any one thing, right? It's just, if you want a good, well-rounded plane to fly, the Hornet is it. And then you get the whole carrier experience too. I did a carrier trap the other day. We need to work on that some. We need to do it. I'm not a carrier guy though. It's just because I don't do it a lot. Right? It's another one of those things. It's like air-to-air refueling. It's something you need to hit like regularly if you want to be successful at it. All right, let's roll in. I think we're a little far out on this one. This may be a little bit shallow, but it'll be okay. See what it does. I think there should be one on the end right here. Right in the power rack. Right there, Pickle. All right, that was the last. All right, altitude. To the right.
Altitude.
Back to the left. Oh, got him a little bit. Wow, only 8%, man. Okay, well, that's all right. We got everything else. Cluster bombs are so wicked, man. They just absolutely are. Those things are wicked. Could imagine being on the receiving end of that. All right, we're good. Let's go master arm off. Master arm off. We're good on that. We'll go through this turn here and get situated here in a second. Still, I don't think there's anyone else around, so I guess we'll go back to Cabaletti. We may do a few low approaches, kind of burn some of this fuel off, and then recover. I just want to get the plane straight and level for a second and trim her out. She's, man, my HUD keeps getting out of whack. All right, I think she's trimmed out good there. We'll overfly the fuel at 11K and then we'll circle back around. We'll try to burn some of this fuel off here. See if there's anyone around. Well, yeah, it looks like a chopper. We got a chopper on the ground. He won't be a problem. Anyone else? Anyone else? Kama Sutra's out there doing his thing. I don't know what he's doing. He looks like he's like the only other person on here right now. Like, it's really quiet this morning. A lot of times, there's at least a half dozen people or so on. It seems like most mornings, but. All right, let's start circling around. What's our fuel state? 6.8, yeah. Do a couple of passes on low approaches. We'll burn that off real fast. This low approach, of course, you'll go in like you're going to land, and then like 100 feet off the deck, you'll raise the gear, raise the flaps, go in the burner, and then re-enter the pattern. I'll tell you why I'm not a Navy guy in game. Look at that water. Like, can you judge anything about that? Like, is that like, seriously? I mean, you've got your instruments, right? But like, looking at it visually, just looking at it like that, is it 10 feet away or is it 10,000 feet away? Like, it's really freaking hard to judge. Is it not? Like, it's super hard to judge. Like, you get closer, you'll see the individual waves and stuff, but man, it's like you can't judge. You have zero ability to judge until you do. It's like in the blink of an eye. And then when you have the ability to judge your distance off the water, it's like if you're going really fast and you're like pulling out of a dive or something, it's like it's a bad day, right? It really is. It's a bad day. All right, let's keep losing some altitude here. About 4,000, at least max of 4,000 feet when we cross the shore, when we go feet dry.
Altitude.
If not
Altitude.
3. Pattern altitude is going to be 1,600 feet. Let's go HUD on this side. But we'll keep SA up, that way we can kind of keep an idea if there's anyone else around us. 1,000 feet, there we go, that's good enough. Let's start pulling out and getting our speed back. Without those rock eyes, now she's extra slick. She doesn't have anything draggy on her other than the missiles. Yeah, let's do tack in. We'll all start course. There we go. Let's make goof me up here. 0, enter. That's not too bad. Ooh, 1,300 feet though. Yeah, we got a little bit low. All right, back up. Didn't go heads down too much. That's the chopper over there, so we'll go with that. All right, back to 1,600 feet. Yeah, man, just a little bit. With this thing being so slick, just a little throttle goes a long way on this plane. And like, this isn't like the most powerful airplane. It's definitely, it's not like the Viper. The Viper's a sports car. The Hornet's like a family truckster. It's all right. It's decent. It's got decent power, right? There goes 1670 is good enough. You just ballpark, right? Like, it doesn't have to be exact. All the videos I've watched pilots flying fighters in the pattern, it's never exact. Like, they're, you know. All right, there we go. Let's go into brake. Nice easy turn here. Didn't quite get enough G's on her. Usually want about 3 G's if you're doing 350. Nice. All right, roll out. 250 is reciprocal. Gear down, flaps down. Keep the power out. We're almost ready to roll back on final. I'm not gonna make any calls. There's not anyone around doing anything on here. If you did, it'd be slate 1-1, base gear, full stop. Runway 7, Cavaletti. If you watch them in real life videos and make that call, that's literally all they say is their call sign and base gear, full stop. Or low approach. Actually, we'd say base gear, low approach. Low approaches are really more of an Air Force thing, honestly. Like, I don't, maybe the Navy does them too from time to time. I see, there's some videos of F-18s doing a lot of touch and goes, but I like doing the low approaches because you can burn off a lot more fuel. If you're coming in heavy, burn off that fuel. Get some speed back in. Got a little bit low on that. Yeah, we're off on this one just a tad. It didn't quite finesse the way I wanted. Gonna be alright though. Power back. That's why we practice. Alright, she's looking good. This would be a good landing right here. Alright, don't wait too late into Hornet. The engines are a little bit slow, right? Alright, so ease into power. Get positive rate and then gear up, flaps up.
Check gear, check gear.
Yeah, I know. Pitch and Betty. Alright, go in burner.
Check gear.
Be about 350 knots towards the end here. There we go. Nice. Out of the power, up about 20, 25 over. And we should come out about, yeah, we were a little bit low on that one. Ideally, you want to level out at about 1,600 feet pattern altitude again. We were a little bit low on that one. Back into power. 250. 250, 200 knots. We'll stay in the power just a tad. Let's climb out just a little bit here. I don't see anyone else down there. Go 1,600, 2,200 knots. All right, out of the power. Gear, flaps. You see when you drop the gear, she starts to pitch down a little bit. You drop the flaps, she balloons. It seems like she balloons way more with the flaps down than she did before since the update. Like you have to kind of watch that. All right, let's roll back in. Get a little more power for this turn here. I'm still not the greatest at keeping her own speed. It seems like you have to jockey the throttle a lot more now too. Like, and honestly, she seems a little more finicky to land, like flying in the pattern than she did before. We're a little bit high. Let's drop the power out. Power back in. Power out. Still a little bit high. Back in. Back out. A little better. Yeah, I like this one a little better. It still seems like we're coming in a little, maybe a little shallow. This might be all right. Yeah, it's a little shallow. All right, let's go ahead and put the power back in. Power back in, positive rate, gear, flaps.
Check gear, check gear.
Have to always kind of fight with it a little bit when you raise the flaps. They go back into burner. Yeah, I know. Quit whistling at me. We go back out of the burner. All right, up and over. Ooh, that was a bit much that time. That was a bit much that time. Yep. Yeah, we overflew that one by a lot. That's all right. We'll drop it back down. Yeah, we got a little bit fast on that one. We got like 380, 390. Usually I like to do like 350 when you re-enter. Yeah, so we're a little bit high on this one. We're about to fly a little bit further out. All right, gear, flaps. Our fuel state low light 5.5, looking good. Is ballooning on us. A little bit further. Altitude's a little better. I think we can turn in now. All right, power in, power in, power in. More pow. All right, she's starting to float on us a little bit. And pull back. There we go. Yeah, I feel like I'm not flying the pattern that great today, this morning. Could be because I'm just a little bit distracted with the video. Yeah, she definitely seems a lot more finicky on the throttle. There we go. All right, power in. Positive rate. Gear up, flaps up.
Check gear, check gear.
In the burner. When she kind of settles a little bit. All right, out, up, and over. $1,500. There we go. 1,600 on the nose. That's it right there. That's the money, boys and gals. That's the money right there. That's the money right there. Just like around 1,600, give or take. I'll even take upwards of 1,700, but. All right, power back in a little bit. Little pow. At least we got the field to ourselves. All right, power out. Gear, laps. Let's go ahead and turn her in. The other night I was doing this and I made a turn. I started turning towards final like this, right? This last 180. And I was like at 180 knots and I was slow in speed, like close to stalling. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why? The flaps weren't down. Like I thought I hit them, but I guess I didn't hit them good enough, or I hit the wrong key or something. The flaps weren't down. I was like, man, this I was like, it's flying way different this time. Like, what's going on with this thing? It is the flaps are important. Don't forget your flaps. All right, see, we're a little bit low on this one. It seems like just a hair. All right, pull back so she'll start dropping. There you go. That looks a little better. More power outs. What's our fuel? 4.9. We'll do one more. See, now she's just dropping all of a sudden. Yeah, it kind of seems like before the update, it was easier to like set your power and just kind of maintain it. And it's like, now it's just not, man, it's just all over the place. All right, gear, flaps.
Check gear, check gear.
I know, quit bitching at me.
Check gear, check gear.
All right, burner. Go out the burner, up and over. It's just muscle memory, right? Like, that's the main thing about doing this stuff, is just getting that muscle memory down. Right, 1640, that's not bad. I'll take it. I'll take that all day. $16.80, got to climb a little bit on that. Still all right. All right, power back in. It's just, yeah, it's just muscle memory. Like, that helps a ton too. Refueling, all this stuff. There's a lot of muscle memory involved with DCS. All right, I think we're gonna make this one a full stop. Rear flaps, wait a little bit late on that. All right, there we go, everything's good. A little bit far out too, so we won't send quite as much. I thought I saw a glimmer for a second. I thought there was someone else out there. I don't think so. Got a little slow. Let's get our speed back up. All right, I think we're gonna wind up a little low, so let's. It's such a fine line, right? Like, the sight picture can change in the blink of an eye. Like, you think you're a little bit high, and then a split second later, you're either on track or a little bit low. So, yeah, there's someone out there. I thought I saw someone. Yep, I thought I saw someone. What are they doing? I think they just came in and landed. Maybe, or they're taking off. Yeah, they're taking off. Yeah, they are. All right, that's fine. Good thing we came in. We wound up a little bit low on that one. That worked out perfect. This thing about multiplayer, like, the runways, like, literally you can see people go in any direction on the runway. It doesn't matter. And I'm guilty of that too. Sometimes I'll pick the end as closest just because I want a short taxi. You know, like. There you go. Nice. We're down. All right, speed brake out. Speed brake out. All right, there you go, guys. There's the Hornet workout routine. Just going through a set list of tasks that you want to get done. The main focus being air-to-air refueling. We hit the tanker. We hit the baskets a few times. Or hit the basket a few times. All right, speed brakes back in. And I would say that's a pretty successful mission. Like, we dropped our bombs. We got pretty much all of them on target. The ones that I had struggled with the other week, actually. It's been a while. Got some practice flying the airplane. Worked on muscle memory. You know, hit the tanker. Messed with the radar. Messed with the ground radar. Actually found our target on the ground radar, which is pretty dang good in my book. Like, that's pretty hard to do. It really just is. The ground radar. So yeah, I'm basically, you know, in the Hornet workout, I'm trying to incorporate as many functions of the aircraft as I possibly can to get used to everything, right? Like, we went through it all. Air-to-air radar, finding the tanker, tracking him, ground radar, dive bombing, you know, dumb ordnance. And then in the end, we got some pattern work in. Like, you can't beat it. You really just can't. You can't beat it. And look at that bird. Is that not a beautiful airplane? In my book, VFA 204 back in the day as aggressors were some of the best looking Hornets you could ever find. Like, they really just are. It's amazing. Down in Nollins, Movers old squadron, right? My favorite scheme to fly. Absolutely. 110%. Like, you just can't beat the dark gray, the light gray, and that tan. And it is sharp, right? Good looking plane. Gotta take the Viper up. I want to get more. I want to get more proficient tanking in this airplane. I want to. Oh, come on! Why you squat on me like that? I want to be able to know that if I go out to a tanker and I need to refuel, that I can hit that tanker at any point I want to, and hit it with relative ease as well. Right? Like now, just now, I'm getting to the point where I know. Like I said earlier, I know if I go to the tanker, there's a high likelihood, there's probably an 80% chance I'm going to come back with some fuel or get what I need, unless I just have a really bad day, right? Like I haven't had to leave the tanker without getting anything in forever. I couldn't tell you last time. Used to do that though. That was a thing back in the day. Absolutely. I'd get so frustrated. I just leave the tanker and divert, right? All right, so we made it back. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the Hornet workout routine. Do we flex our muscles okay? Love all of you, and we'll catch you in the air next time. Peace. No, big cat, no. Oh, no, kitty. Oh, that's a MiG. That's a MiG over us. Okay, it's the weirdest day ever.